What if I told you that the life you are living, with all its joys and pains, is not a mere coincidence? What if, in fact, your soul chose every detail of this journey, knowing exactly where it would lead you? No, you are not here by mistake, nor are you here simply to find happiness. Every difficulty you have faced, every winding path, is part of something far greater. And the true reason you are living this life is much deeper and more transformative than you can imagine. Now, if you are ready to awaken and understand the purpose behind every experience, subscribe and come discover the mission of your soul. Even before you were born, your soul had already made choices. But don't think these choices were a fixed plan, like a finish line already drawn. Your soul didn't plan a predetermined destiny, but rather created a path filled with opportunities for your evolution. Every step taken on this path has the power to awaken a new layer of who you are, transforming you in ways you may not even imagine. These choices were not made to provide you with comfort or immediate pleasure. On the contrary, they were designed to challenge you, to push you out of your comfort zone, and lead you to a place of true transformation. Every difficulty you faced, every pain that seemed senseless, every joy, and every encounter were carefully chosen by your soul. Everything was thought out so that you could evolve, grow, and learn. True soul evolution doesn't come solely through strength, but through the ability to learn from obstacles, to transform in the face of adversity. The pain, which you often try to avoid or interpret as punishment, is actually a powerful ally. It is not here to break you, but to awaken you, to draw out the strength and wisdom you already carry, but have yet to access. You might be wondering, how is this possible? How can pain, suffering, have been planned for my own good? The answer lies in understanding that every painful situation is actually an opportunity for evolution. Your soul, aware of your deepest potential, brought you these experiences so you could connect with parts of yourself that were hidden, dormant. Every challenge, every painful moment is a chance for you to become stronger, wiser, more conscious. Evolution doesn't happen when everything is easy. It happens in the confrontation with what seems impossible, with what challenges your limits and forces you to grow. It may be hard to see now, but everything you've lived through so far has been carefully designed to activate aspects of your soul that were asleep. Even those experiences that seemed pointless, those situations you thought were too difficult, are doors that have opened for your awakening. What you see as an obstacle is actually a teacher. Pain, instead of being a burden, reveals itself as a vital force, an energy that drives you toward a greater, deeper purpose that you are still learning to understand. Now, imagine that all of this was a fixed script with no room for change, where pain would be inevitable and without exit, and you would have no chance to change anything. That would be the end of your evolution, but fortunately, that is not the reality. There is something within you that makes this journey different: free will. No matter how hard it's been so far, you have the power to choose how to react, how to grow, and how to evolve. Your soul may have laid out a path, but it is you who decides the next steps. The depth of your transformation is in your hands. The beauty of life is that you have the freedom to reinvent yourself at any moment, to change your trajectory, to choose your response to each experience. You are not trapped by what has already happened, nor by what the future may hold. Your soul knows what it came here to find, but it is you who determines the journey and the choices along the way. Every movement you make can bring you closer to the person you are destined to be. Your soul may have mapped out a plan, but what happens next, how you respond to every experience, is entirely up to you. Your soul gave you the map, but the path, the journey, the choices within it, you are the one who defines them. The true power of free will lies in knowing that even in the face of circumstances that seem insurmountable, you always have the power to decide how to react and how to move forward. What your soul knew when it sent you on this journey is that transformation would not come from an easy path, but from the choices you make. Life is not about going from point A to point B with comfort and certainty. It is about navigating through turbulent seas and still deciding how to sail. The map was given, but it's not a fixed destination. It is a road filled with detours, choices, and surprises. How you choose to walk it is what will define your evolution. Have you ever felt like you're just going back and forth, not really knowing where you're heading? As if you've followed all the steps, checked off all the boxes, and yet you still feel lost? It's easy to feel this way when external pressures start consuming you. Perhaps you've been living on autopilot, making choices based on everything except what your soul truly desires. This is where the power of free will comes in. No matter what has happened up until now, you are not bound to a destiny with no alternatives. You always have the power to choose. Even when the road seems unclear and the pain unbearable, you can choose how to react. What you decide is what will shape your reality and define the course of your evolution. Look at your life right now. Where have you been following the call of your soul? Where have you resisted? What have you been doing to choose what you truly desire? Ask yourself, do your choices today bring you closer to or further from what you truly want to experience? Here's a simple exercise. Write down 3 things your soul has always desired to experience. Ask yourself, do my choices today bring me closer to these things or push me further away from them? Every choice you make can be a step towards the truest version of yourself. No matter how far you've gone, you can always return to your original path, learn, and evolve. When you understand that there is a dance between your soul's plan and your free will, everything begins to align. You are the co-author of this story, and your choices are the words that will define the ending of this journey. If this touched you in any way, like this video and leave a comment below. Share with us how you've been making your choices and how you're shaping your journey. Your story might be the key to someone else's transformation. By sharing your experience, you affirm, I am the co-author of my story and I am in control of my journey. Imagine 2 people born in the same place, facing the same challenges with the same difficulties. They have the same life, the same environment, the same opportunities and obstacles. But as life unfolds, the choices each one makes begin to shape completely different destinies. One clings to suffering, fear of the future, and the weight of the past. She sees herself as a victim of circumstances, trapped in a cycle that seems endless. The other, although facing the same adversities, chooses not to be a prisoner of difficulties. She sees each obstacle as a stepping stone, each pain as a lesson to be learned. She chooses to grow from everything that happens, to become stronger, wiser, and more connected with her purpose. The most fascinating part of this is that, even before being born, these souls had already chosen the path they would walk. Your soul, before coming into this life, chose your family, the place where you would live, the challenges you would face. It wasn't a random or imposed choice. Every difficult situation, every event in your life was planned with a purpose, to guide you toward growth, toward the awakening of your true essence. Your soul knew that in order to evolve, you would need these experiences, these lessons. They are the keys to your growth. When you look at your life, you might ask yourself, why was I born here? Why this family? Why am I facing these challenges? What you need to understand is that even though these moments may seem like mere suffering, your soul chose exactly these experiences to lead you to your greater purpose. Every pain, every mistake, every wrong turn is not there to punish you, but to transform you. Your soul knew that these experiences would be necessary to awaken you to something greater. The two people, despite being born with the same tools, choose to use them in completely different ways. One, in the face of difficulties, uses her tools to imprison herself, building a mental and emotional prison that keeps her from moving forward. The other, however difficult the path may be, chooses to use the same tools to build a bridge that leads her to a new level of self-awareness, to a life more aligned with what her soul truly desires. And this applies not only to major decisions, but also to the small daily choices. How you react to what life gives you, how you deal with difficulties, the words you use to speak to yourself, the way you face challenges, all of these are choices. Each of them has the power to shape your reality. You don't have to change everything at once, but you must make small, conscious choices that align your life with what you came here to do. Now, looking at your life, where have you followed the call of your soul? Where have you resisted? Where have you allowed fear or pain to hold you back? Ask yourself, are your choices today bringing you closer to the purpose your soul has chosen for this life? In the end, it is not what happens to you, but how you choose to live everything that happens that will determine the direction of your journey. Your soul chose this life, but how you choose to live this life, that's what makes all the difference. Now that you've understood the power of your soul's choices, it's time to reflect on the journey ahead. Your soul didn't choose this life to punish or reward you. It chose it to awaken you. Every challenge, every pain, every moment of joy is meant to help you remember who you truly are and why you're here. It's not about comfort. It's about transformation. The soul isn't interested in keeping you comfortable. It's interested in leading you to a place of true self-discovery. You didn't come here to follow a predictable path. You came to grow, to expand, and to learn from life, becoming more authentic and stronger. Every obstacle is there to shape you, and the more you learn from it, the closer you get to who you're meant to be. The choices you make today are the ones that will define your tomorrow. Your journey is dynamic, full of possibilities. Each choice you make gives you the power to align your life with the purpose your soul chose before birth. You can change the course of your story, rewriting chapters that once seemed fixed. Take a moment to make a conscious change in an area of your life that feels like a burden. Whether it's a fear or resistance, make a choice that aligns with your soul's purpose. This small change can spark profound transformation. Before we end, consider this. Why do some souls choose the most challenging paths? What is your soul trying to teach you through those challenges? If you feel there's something deeper to uncover, share it below. Your story and choices could inspire others to begin their transformation. May your journey be filled with wisdom, courage, and transformation. May each choice bring you closer to the most authentic and powerful version of who you came here to be.